Hi, welcome to this session. I'm Ron Kunkel, Senior Marketing Manager in the Data Center Group. I do solutions marketing. And in this session, we're going to talk about retail applications, specifically servers and near edge applications in a retail environment. So this is going to be environments where we deploy servers inside of a retail operation, how they can be used there. We put together this demonstration with the IDG Retail Group, as well as with Microsoft and a software company called AutoStar, which makes the retail point of sale software as well as the back office system software that integrates with Microsoft SQL for collecting all the data from customers and all the exchanges made in the retail environment. So with that, let's take a look at the different servers that we made a part of this demonstration and this architecture. So as you're getting into retail applications, some things for you to think about. So normally, if you're going to have a single point of sale platform that's PC based, you might use a Nano or a Tiny to run that point of sale platform. And in that instance, if you're deploying with AutoStar, you would be using the Star Plus platform. But if you're using, if you want to do more with that platform and you're using some beefier platforms, such as our smaller servers, you can actually deploy Windows Server Enterprise. And with that capability, not only can that server act as a host, but also it can be a collection point with its own internal database and host other point of sale platforms, whether they're going to be tablet-based or other PC-based platforms in that retail environment. So that gives you additional robustness, capability at the edge, resilience. Should you lose your network capability, using a server there in this environment allows you to continue to run your retail operation. And then once the network is up into your back office systems, then the data is then forwarded to your back office systems and to the SQL database associated with the Starlink platform in the back office environment. So what servers to think about if you're going to be running in that type of configuration? Well, the SE350 is an excellent choice for its size, its robustness, its ability to be either put on a tabletop or you can rack it up into a half-size rack if you would like to. In addition to being deployed as an SE350, a bare metal server that you then deploy your software stack on top of that, it can also be deployed as an MX1021. In that configuration, it's supporting Microsoft Azure Stack HCI. With Azure Stack HCI, it then becomes a hyperconverged stack, either in a single node or a two-node configuration. In a two-node configuration, it provides redundancy. So if you lose one node, the remaining node can continue to support your retail application to replace the faulty node. So it's a great way of deploying a configuration of this size in a server environment. If you prefer to deploy something even smaller but still retain a hyperconverged environment, think about the Nano. So the Nano can be deployed as a single PC, again, if you want to do a single point of sale, but if you deploy a hyperconverged architecture like scale computing on top of this platform, you can deploy a 3-node hyperconverged architecture on the Nano configuration. So that gives you robustness at the edge, again, fault tolerance. Should you lose one of the Nano platforms, the other two are able to continue carrying the load. So these are some platforms to think about as you're looking for robustness at the edge. One last item I'd like to leave with you on the SE350 is 2 additional features it has that make it especially interesting in retail operations. One is its wireless capability. So it can support Wi-Fi on the LAN side and LTE on the WAN side. It's the Wi-Fi that's very interesting, because particularly in a retail environment where you may be using mobile platforms like PCs that are not connected to the network with Ethernet, but instead wirelessly connected back to your SE350, or tablets that you may be using for mobile sales, either out on the sidewalk or just a lighter application inside the store. So Wi-Fi, LTE is one capability. The other is the VPN capability. So if you want a secure connection into your back office system, the SE350 can set that up so that, particularly if you're doing LTE and you want to put doubly sure that you have a secure wireless network into your back office system, you can set that up with a VPN off of the SE350. So one item I'd like to leave you with as we exit this session is, if you were not at Microsoft Ignite 2019, the SE350 actually had a stage performance by Microsoft. It's also a very key platform in the upcoming Lenovo Cloud Marketplace, where you'll actually be able to deploy Azure services that you secure through the Lenovo Cloud Marketplace. If you are an approved reseller, you can deploy those Azure services onto the SE350 or onto the MX1021 in that environment. So as using the Azure Stack HCI software, which is going to be coming out later this year. Okay, those are just some things I wanted to leave with you as you think about IDG and DCG products and servers inside the retail environments. And with that, this is Ron Kunkel saying thank you for joining us and discussing servers and retail applications.